Hey guys, it's Di from Be Mommy with Style, and today I'm going to do the trip recap for the Disney Social Media Mom Celebration Land and Sea 2017. Holy cow! Can you guys believe what an experience we had? So, I think that you guys can probably tell from all the videos that I posted over the past 2 weeks. It took me 2 weeks to get through all the footage. I filmed over 7 hours of footage, literally the most footage that I've ever filmed on any Disney vacation. It was an amazing amount of footage, so that's why it took me a while to get through it. But I think you can tell from the amount of videos and how much different content and different things that I was able to show. We did a ton. It was a jam-packed week and almost a week and a half. And we did it all. We were land, we were sea, we were at Disney World, then we went to the Disney Cruise on the Disney Wonder. It was amazing. And as always, when you go to a Disney event, it was hosted by Disney, and they know how to put on an event. It was really, really amazing. So if you don't know what this is, I have a frequently asked questions video. I'm gonna link that down below where you can kind of catch up. It's basically a conference for moms that work in social media. But if you wanna learn more about how you get invited to it and all that sort of thing, I'll link that frequently asked question video that I did before I left down below, and also the playlist for all of our videos, because we did a day in the life for every single day that we were there, and I divided it down into hopefully watchable and searchable parts. So I tried to keep all the videos between 10 to 15 at the absolute max minutes, hopefully around 7 to 10, and then I divided it down by subject. So that way in the future, when people are looking for information on one particular subject, they can find that video really easily. It hopefully, you know, pops up in their search. So I started doing that, I think 2 or 3 Disney trips ago, and it works really, really well. Because if people are wanting to find just information on Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, they can find my Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique video, and it pops up, and then they find the information they're wanting, and possibly even find me. So that works out really, really well. So that is how all the videos were divided down. I think at this point, I'm towards the end of editing right now. Obviously, by the time you watch this, editing will be done, hopefully. But I think I'm towards the end of editing right now, and I think it's about 24 or 25 videos. So it was a lot, but we did so much, so much. So towards the middle of the trip, I did end up losing my voice, and you guys could all notice. I could tell when I was editing the videos, and I knew, of course, at the time I was losing my voice. But it was just so much excitement and going and talking and wooing. I think that night at Animal Kingdom, you know, I was trying to talk over the music, and then I was, you know, woo, you know, anytime that they want an enthusiastic reaction from the crowd, I love being a part of that. You know, I'm the person in the Zumba class that's like, woo, 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 the whole time. So, you know, when they want someone to clap and cheer, I'm usually the first person, and you can usually hear me above everyone else. Well, I apparently got a little bit too over exuberant, and I lost my voice. So anyhow, it did end up coming back, and I felt fine the whole time, luckily. But we, you know, we were busy the whole time, and I especially was busy. Now, luckily, Dan and the kids had a lot more free time to go explore the parks. We had some extra fast passes they could use, which was amazing, and they had an absolutely wonderful time just going and riding Seven Dwarfs Mine Train over and over from the sounds of it. But we had some good family time too. It was really, really great to be able to go do some things that were really unique, like screening Born in China. I think the girls really enjoyed that, and they also got to screen. I was in like a little meeting thing, but they also got to watch an all-new episode of Elena of Avalor too. So I think that they thought that was really, really super cool. And of course, like the family nights, the family dinners, those were some of my favorite parts, to be honest with you. So on the Animal Kingdom night, we had a family dinner presented by Go-Go Squeeze, and it was kind of like buffet style. And then the following night at Hollywood Studios, we had a family dinner presented by Alamo Rent-A-Car, and it was a pizza party. And it was just a really like fun, relaxing time to be able to hang out and like compare notes about our days, because at that point, both of those days, I'd been off doing basically something different all day long from what the kids were doing. So we got to come together as a family and have that family time. And I could say, you know, what did you ride today? What was your favorite thing that you did? And kind of catch up on what they did. And then we did something fun that night. So the Animal Kingdom, we had the dance party, and then we went to see Rivers of Light. And then at Hollywood Studios, we watched the Star Wars fireworks. Amazing, amazing. Like some of my favorite fireworks. It was amazing. I really like Star Wars, but I'm not like a Star Wars super fan like my husband. I mean, I'm not even gonna claim that. That's like his title in our household. And watching those fireworks and the images and how it all came together, I was like, this is so cool. I mean, even I was like geeking out. So I imagine it was even more so for him. He was super happy that night. He's a little Stormtrooper t-shirt on. He got to take a picture with a Stormtrooper. You guys could see how happy he was in the video. So we had a really fun night that night too. And I got to do some really cool and unique things right off the front. That some of it I was able to share, some of it I wasn't, and I talked about it more extensively in other videos, the new experiences at Animal Kingdom. So I'll try to link whatever I can remember to link down below. But really, really cool experiences. So thank you to Disney. I was so excited to be included in that. So they had about 10 of us come in early and do some of those early things. On the first night, I think we could take pictures, but they didn't really want us to like promote it necessarily, because we did a catered dinner that it's not something you can book. It was made specifically for our group. And so, it wouldn't really help anyone for me to show it in my videos, because if you guys were like, whoa, well, I want to do that when we go to the Contemporary, it's not something you can book or really reserve or anything. But it was really cool. We were in a private room in the bottom of the Contemporary, and there was like a little mini kitchen over one side. I mean, it was really nice. It was, like a really nice kitchen. It had like stone walls and stuff, but anyhow, and a real big like chef's table, so I shouldn't say little kitchen because it was a pretty decent size. And then our long table was over to one side, and then the chef was in there making the food like as we were going through each course. So it was really cool and timed out really, really neat. So I didn't show any of that in the video, but I did get to experience it, which was really awesome. And then we watched the fireworks there's like a patio area where they pipe in the music from Wishes, and we got to watch Wishes, which may be the last time that I see it. I'm gonna tear up. So that may have been the last time, because we're not gonna be back until after May, which is when the new show starts, which I'm excited about seeing it. But it's a little bit bittersweet because Wishes, I think, is a special show for a lot of people. So I'm excited to see what's coming up new though. You can't keep everything the same always, right? My foot's falling asleep here. Anyhow, I guess that means I need to talk faster. My foot starts falling asleep. So that was an amazing night. And then the next day we got to see a sneak peek of Pandora, which I've already talked about in the other video, so I'll try not to dwell on it. But it was amazing, and I can't wait to see it in its entirety. So it was still in the kind of a construction phase when we saw it, and there was construction workers working and stuff. But we got a sneak peek, and it was really cool. And I totally get the all-encompassing idea now. So I cannot wait to see that in its entirety when we go back later on and it'll be open. So that was exciting. We also got to do Caring for Giants, which is the new elephant tour at Animal Kingdom, and that was a lot of fun. I'd like to take the girls back and do that one. So many neat, unique experiences right off the bat. And then we went into the main conference days where I got to meet with Haynes for the Happy and Haynes. We had our 2 family dinner nights. We had the Expo Day. That was the day where I was Disney bounding Snow White, and I got to do the Disney Springs Challenge, which was a lot of fun. Anytime they say the word shopping, I come running. Yes, I'll volunteer. So that was a great day. And then we screened the movie and then headed to the ship. So this was the first time we'd ever done land and sea, and wow. So you gotta remember that trips like this, where it's a conference, they're even more jam-packed than even like the media event that I went on, the cruise back in August. So media events, you'll have certain scheduled things, but you have more flexible free time. For a conference, you really are on like a schedule where you're moving from event to event to event. So as the attendee, I definitely had less free time doing an event like this than like a media event. But you get so many cool, neat experiences. So it's different. But you do have less free time for this type of event. So what I'm trying to say is it may not be a one-to-one comparison if you did like a regular land and sea family vacation without the conference part in it, because you'd be making your own schedule and you could go at your own pace and that sort of thing. So, I mean, I was like getting tired, you know, I was getting tired. I mean, I think I can say that, not of the event, but it was, you know, it wears you out. More days that you keep that pace going, and you're corralling the kids the whole time, and I'm trying to film the whole time, and I'm trying to get as much for you guys as I can, and just your brain, you know, moving the whole time, you know, it starts to wear you out. But the cruise being second, I really liked that. So we went from land to sea, and I really liked the cruise being second, because Disney World, you know, typically tends to be go, 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 and then you could get on the cruise and have more relaxed time. So even though we were very busy with our schedule, you know, the cruise is still very relaxing to me. I love the sound of the water hitting the side of the ship, and of course Castaway Cay is amazing. I love that island. If I could get a job there, I would. I mean, it's just amazing. Like, that is paradise to me. That is absolutely paradise. It's a really amazing spot. So if you ever have the chance to go to Castaway Cay, I highly recommend it. It's just really honestly one of my favorite spots so far on the planet, to be truthful. So when we got on the cruise, we had some neat experiences. Our main conference day was actually in the theater where they show movies. And we got those really cool desk things, which I've been using to edit here at home. And we had our main conference day on the ship out at sea, and it worked out perfectly. I don't know whether they had any reservations at first about doing it that way, but if they did, I mean, you couldn't tell. It went off without a hitch, basically, in my opinion. It was really well organized, and I really enjoy watching the people that work for Disney at these things, because they're so skilled at putting these events together. And for me, formerly, or I guess not formerly, but having a marketing background and you know, I don't know, managing people and human resources and event planning and all those sorts of things, it's really neat for me to kind of sit back and watch them and watch the process come together and kind of see it become its entirety, see the event in its entirety. So it's really neat to watch. So we had our main conference day on the ship, tons of information, tons of great speakers. We got some sneak peeks of things coming up movie-wise, and of course I was not able to film those. What was neat to see, we got to screen like 8 minutes of Beauty and the Beast. It was amazing, and so I definitely have plans to see that as soon as it comes out. My camera battery just cut off. When your camera and your foot think you're talking too long. So anyways, at Castaway Cay, I went snorkeling again, and it was a really great time. I really enjoyed it. And this time I found both Easter eggs, the Minnie Mouse and the Mickey Mouse, so I was excited about that. And we had a really great day that day. The kids, of course, when we were on the cruise, they spent the majority of their time at the kids club, the Oceaneer Club and the Oceaneer Lab. They loved it. And then when we went onto the island at Castaway Cay, we played on the beach for a little while, but then they wanted to go to the kids club at the beach and play at Scuttle's Cove. So it was really nice for my husband and I again, because we got some adult time together. We got to go over to Serenity Bay to hang out for a little bit longer this time. We went for a walk on the beach, got some drinks. So it was a really, really enjoyable vacation. So the kids clubs were amazing, and I feel like let me know if you guys want to see like a wrap-up video of just those. I'll try to hit the highlights in this video, but again, they were amazing. The youth team is really, really good with the kids, and something really neat happened this time. So when we went onto the Wonder, you know, we got them all signed up, and we got to go through the concierge desk this time. I don't know whether it was because I wasn't wearing my lanyard, or they just, I don't know why, but they pulled us out of the regular line and took us over the concierge desk, and we got to check in there. And we got their bands, we got them all set up for the Oceaneer Lab and Oceaneer Club. And so we knew that straight away, like the first night that they were going to want to go there. And especially after seeing it, it was really, really neat. So each Oceaneer Club and Oceaneer Lab is a little bit different. And the one on the Wonder has this really cool play structure that looks like Andy's room, and it's got this slinky slide and these stairs that look like toys. It's got a Frozen area now after the reimagining, a Marvel superhero area. And over on the lab side, they have these big desks where they do all kinds of science experiments, which of course that's where Bella was most of the time. And, you know, real big play areas and lots of like different video game areas and things like that. So each one's a little bit different, but the Oceaneer Club at this one was really cool. I really like the play structure in the Disney Wonder one. It was a little bit different from what was on the Dream. And so the kids really, really liked that, but a really cool thing happened when we went to get them one of the first couple times, or maybe even when I went to go do the video tour. I happened to mention like, oh yeah, we were on the Dream whenever we've been on the Dream before we were here in August. And they were like, oh really? They were like, did your kids go to the kids club? Because a lot of the youth team had moved from the Disney Dream, and they were on the Dream in August, and they had moved over to the Wonder sometime between August and February. So then when the girls started going to the kids club, they had people that remembered them from being on the cruise in August that were on the Disney Dream and were now on the Disney Wonder. And so it was like they were being reunited with old friends, and the kids were like looking forward to going to see them. It was really, really cool. So they dropped off some gifts a couple times on the fish extenders, and the kids love that. They love those little drawstring bags, so we're gonna get so much use out of them. So if anyone from the youth team on the Disney ships, I guess in general, because obviously everyone rotates, but if anyone watches this, it was amazing. So thank you so much. My kids absolutely love those kids clubs. Absolutely love them, and they had the best time. So they spent pretty much the majority of their time there. Again, Natalie would page us to come out because she wanted to eat, and then she would go back. So that was like expected, but it was so neat to see. And I thought, how neat is that? How many different crews of people they have come through there. Like people, you know, different ships, because they're rotating these ships through every, you know, week. There's maybe 1 to 2 different groups of people coming through. And they remembered my kids from August, which, yeah, it wasn't that long ago, but still, how many different kids they've seen since then. And they made an effort to like reconnect with them, and it was really, really neat. So that was a really special part for us, and it was really, really neat to, you know, kind of see the kids look forward to that so much. It's really like a summer camp feel, where they make, if you guys have ever gone to a summer camp where it's like so quickly that people bond and you have this like amazing experience together, and then when you go home, like you just want to keep in touch with everyone because it was such an amazing experience, even if it was for a short time. That's really how these kids clubs feel. So they make some really good friends there, and they have an amazing time that I think they're always going to remember. So that's this really neat part of Disney cruising. I'm completely sold on Disney cruising. It's a goal for me. It's not going to happen probably within the next year, but at some point, Disney Alaska cruise is on my radar. So that's kind of like the end goal. We may go on a shorter cruise before that one. But obviously it was just amazing. We're able to go on a second cruise, so short time period after the first one. So yeah, it was amazing. And then to wrap up the trip, we did, after we got off the cruise, and then the conference was officially over. After we got off the cruise, you know, some people flew home. We decided, because of the way the plane flights fell, so you need your plane flight to be noon or after, and I probably could have got one that was like 7 o'clock or something, but then we would have been getting in so late here into Detroit. I was like, you know, why don't we just stay another night? You know, an excuse to stay another night, right? So we spent our last night at Coronado Springs, and we got to spend one more day at Walt Disney World. And we got to meet up with Jessica from Jessica S, so I'll try to link her channel down below. And my girls love hanging out with her girls, and it was so cute to see this time because her girls had some little toys around, and my girls, they were just content just to like sit in Epcot and play with toys. Like, you know, we went and rode rides later, but they love hanging out with each other. So they're like, hey, let's sit and play. So it was really cute to watch, and we had a great day. And by that point, as I'm sure Jessica could back me up here, we were just exhausted. But it was a good kind of exhausted. Like I think I said in one of the videos, like I'm tired, but it's a good kind of tired. It's because you're just going and doing all these amazing things. And when you get so hyped up, you know, when you're so excited about things, like that kind of like drains your energy. I don't know how Natalie makes it because she's so excited all the time. When I get that, you know, when I get that like super like nervous puppy excited, like it drains your energy. It does for me anyways. And apparently does not for Natalie. But anyways, it was a great time. But we were, you know, we were tired. But it was a wonderful trip. Wonderful trip. Absolutely would do it again. So thoughts on Land and Sea? Because I know people will ask if you've made it this far into the video. Thanks. Because I know I'm kind of rambly today. I'm going to get back in the routine here. I haven't had to do these sit-down videos in like a month. Land and Sea. amazing experience. If you are inclined to do it, I say absolutely do it. I preferably, just because I know how go Walt Disney World is, I prefer the order of going to Walt Disney World first and then going to the cruise to relax next. Occasionally people will say to flip that because they say like they don't want to be sad when they're leaving the cruise ship and they want to go to Disney World and have fun. By the time I got off the cruise and we went to Walt Disney World, I was excited we were going to Walt Disney World, but by that time I was so tired, I could have probably gone on a plane and then gone to sleep. You know, I would have been okay. So it was an amazing trip, and I think in the future, if we do a land and sea, we will want to do it Walt Disney World and then sea. For us, I still think that I see us taking divided trips for a number of reasons. One, it comes down to money, because obviously if you do Walt Disney World and a sea vacation, it's like double the cost, basically. I mean, you could do 2 shorter ones, but it's, you know, it's more. But if you're wanting like one big vacation, I think it's amazing. But then also it's time off of work, because it generally works out better for my husband and his kids' school schedules to do more shorter trips as opposed to like one ginormous trip for the year. And that just helps us get the days off of both work and school. And then also, I feel like my family works better in shorter trips also. You know, my kids and my husband, when they get tired, they start to get more difficult. So the kids were actually doing great because they went to the kids club the whole time. But my husband, I think a week is his honest limit for vacations. So for us, I don't see us like doing a land and sea every year, but this is like an amazing vacation that I could plan like a couple years out and like be something huge that we can look forward to. It's a huge vacation, absolutely. So I definitely would recommend it if you are so inclined and you've been thinking about it. Definitely try it, because I think it's an amazing vacation. I don't think it's something that we'll do every year for all the reasons I just listed, but it was amazing. It was definitely unique. It was one of a kind. And then, you know, to have all of the conference experiences on top of it was amazing. How many times can you say amazing in one video? So let me know if you have any questions down below. I'm kind of just trying to get back in the swing of things here. So I don't know what questions you're gonna have yet. So if you have questions about the trip, if there is anything you wanna know, let me know down in the comments, and I'm just gonna be trying to catch up, and I will, you know, answer those down in the comments. Or if there's a certain type of review video you wanna see on anything, just let me know. Because right now it's kind of in the middle of the video series, so I've just been trying to answer questions as we go, and I think everyone's just kind of like, wow, this is a big trip. It was a big trip, and a lot of footage, because like I said, I filmed 7 hours worth of footage. So amazing, amazing vacation. We had a wonderful time. It makes me tired just thinking about it, but it was a good kind of tired. It was amazing. Lots and lots of neat experiences, lots of great family time, and definitely something great to look back on. So check out all the links for the different things down below. Let me know if you have any questions, and thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.